Hi friends, Cindy Strickland Hernandez here. 16 years ago, I went through bankruptcy, and 1 week shy of the 16th anniversary became a millionaire, not by accident, but by design. So my videos here are designed to help share the strategies that I have used to create and implement and build wealth. I am in the process of moving out of my house in Raleigh down to our new house in Georgia. So I've been packing and getting all the trash out of this house. So that's why my hair is pulled back today. But I wanted to share something that I discussed with our financial advisor yesterday. So the current situation with our properties is we have a single family residence. It was our primary residence in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's supposed to close at the end of July. We have a 4-unit apartment building in downtown Wilmington, North Carolina, and a beach house in Curie Beach. The 4-unit apartment building in Wilmington is long-term rentals. The beach house is short-term Airbnb and VRBO. When we looked at moving to Atlanta, I pulled money out of savings to buy a 900 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow that we could move into without having to rent. Purchased it as a primary residence, got an address for our children for school, and decided that when our property in Raleigh sold, that we would buy another house for us to move into with an apartment that I could Airbnb. In looking at all of the numbers, when our house from Raleigh sells, we could purchase that other property, but I need to fund my SEP IRA from 2018 before the middle of September, and fund my son's payroll account, that's a tax deduction, and pay my savings account back that I took money out of to purchase that smaller house down in Atlanta. So we had talked about selling the 4-unit apartment building because it's older, and I had it appraised because there were no good comps. Now, when we got the appraisal back and looked at selling it, we could probably end up with just enough money to put down on that new house in Wilmington, but I would be losing $24,000 a year of profit, which is what I make renting out that fourplex. So I talked to my lender, my husband, my financial advisor, and some other friends who are in real estate and investors to design a new strategy. And what we have come up with is to keep that fourplex because it's a great cash flow. It has an excellent return on my investment. Interest rates have gone down since we purchased the beach house, and my equity has increased because we paid down the mortgage and the value has gone up. So now what we're looking at doing is refinancing to do cash out of the beach house to not spend, but to put into another asset that can appreciate, another house that we can move into that has an apartment attached to it. I'll be able to fully fund my SEP IRA, pay my savings account back, and fund my kids' payroll for the year. In the meeting with my financial advisor yesterday, we were talking about long-term strategy and were we going to have enough money to retire. Nobody knows what Social Security is going to be like. We never know when the market's going to crash or what the next 20 years may look like. And he was a little, he cautioned us on, be careful about being too aggressive with real estate because half of our portfolio is tied up in real estate. And I asked him, well, what do you think about me taking cash out of this property to fund my SEP IRA, the kids' payroll, and save for retirement? And I said, if the market went belly up in real estate and I had to file bankruptcy again, would those retirement assets be protected? And so that was something that we decided we would go and investigate together. When I went through bankruptcy 16 years ago, the attorney told me that if I had not liquidated my retirement accounts to pay down debt, that I would still have been able to keep that money in my portfolio because it was a retirement asset. And so what I found in doing some research online yesterday is that each person going through bankruptcy is allowed 1.3 something million in their retirement accounts, in their IRAs, and there is no limit on the SEP IRA. And so I think it's a very wise move to take equity out of these rental properties to not only purchase other properties, but make sure we're fully funding retirement accounts that are fully protected. Heaven forbid we ever had to go through bankruptcy again. So that is why the strategy around the fourplex and the beach house changed, and just some additional information if you guys are looking at making financial moves and how to protect your assets long term. All right, have a great weekend.